Good evening. How are everybody doing today? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Hello, Molly. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, Maggie and T. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. Finister. How are you? Today I am cooking stewed okra and tomatoes over rice. And in the okra, it's going to have shrimp, chicken, and beef sausages instead of the pork. So there's my chicken, my shrimp, my beef sausages I've already cut up. My chicken I have already bagged, pre-bagged that that's thawing out right now. And I have my okra. So, and I'm doing some cornbread muffins to go along with that. I wasn't, but my mom was like, "You gonna do some cornbread?" And I'm like, I wasn't gonna do any cornbread, but I guess I will. Trying to cut out eating a lot of pork or whatnot. So I bought my last pork sausages and I finished them off last week. So I'm not eating any more of those. Gotta watch what I eat. Hey, Taronda. Trying to limit my pork. I'm going ahead and getting my muffins going here. everybody doing today? It's a pretty day outside, I know for sure. So just wondering how's everybody's days going. I'm gonna go ahead and put my muffins in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and start my pot here. And get my oil to heating up so I can put in my onions. So I put in just a little bit of oil into my little pan here so I can go ahead and get my onions going and sauteed. And then I can put in the rest of my ingredients, which my shrimp will be the last thing to go in. So you don't want to overcook the shrimp, so that'll be the last thing to go in. But my chicken will go in after my onions get to sauteing really good. Cooking okra is tricky. And this is my first, no, it's not my first time cooking okra. It's kind of my first time unattended by the sisters. So, got to be careful because you don't want them too slimy or whatever. And it only, according to this bag, takes 3 to 5 minutes to cook. Stovetop instructions, or until desired tenderness. So I don't have fresh okra. I have frozen okra. So that's what I'll be using, is frozen okra. But I'm going to wait until all of my other stuff get, cooked good before I add that in. Having that onion and bell pepper cut up in advance, you only cry one time. That's the good part about it, because you're going to cry cutting it the first time. But once you get it all cut up, you ain't got to worry about shedding no tears about no onions no more. I don't like cutting onions. Hate slicing onions. Get my chicken open. Oh, I have stewed tomatoes, and I have tomato sauce as well. My stewed tomatoes are over there on the countertop. I got Hunt's stewed tomatoes and Hunt's tomato sauce, so that's what I'll be using to go in the okra and tomatoes. Hello, Miss Shanta. Thank you for joining my live of me cooking my Friday night dinner. I am preparing stewed okra and tomatoes with beef sausage and chicken and shrimp, which now I'm adding my chicken to my already sauteing onions. And I'm going to let that, get a little color to it. And I'm going to throw some seasoning on them. My best friend Tony is supposed to come into the picture. So this is what I have in the pot thus far. As you can see, there aren't any seasonings yet, so I'm going to go ahead and add some Tony's in there so I can get some little seasoning to my chicken. I might as well empty the whole can because he's just about done. Anyway, I didn't have but a little corner left, so that's where it is. Give that a mix around so everything can get kind of shared and coated. And there we go with that. I'm going to let that cook. And I'm going to add everything in by layers. I have my onions and my chicken in there. And then once my chicken get a little close, I'm going to add my stewed tomatoes, which I probably can add right now. It won't take this chicken long to, kind of steam down a little bit. I'm going to get in my lid and I'm going to cover it up. There we go. I went on and did a little, I brought some shrimp that was already, they were shell on. So I went on and did a little quick prep. And I took the shell off the shrimp. And they were kind of frozen. So I went on and did and cut up my sausage so I wouldn't spend a lot of time on prep stuff. Gave it a little quick toss, because once your okra get in, you don't want to stir it around too much, that you don't want to cause it to get too slimy. Ouch, dang it. Almost got a little splinter action going on there. Get that off. I don't want this live to run too long. Most of my lives be going over an hour. So here we are. I got my chicken in. And I have my onions, which they're probably almost took to where they're almost disintegrating. They're getting pretty clear, so that's where you want. That's when all that flavor come in. Hey, Chef Chris. I'm cooking today stewed okra and tomatoes with chicken drums, shrimp, and beef sausage. And it's going to be served over rice. So that's what's on my Friday night menu today. Hey, Nisha. So I'm just letting my chicken saute right quick for a little bit with the lid on so I can get oh, Chris, I de-shelled me some shrimp, and I got some shrimp that was in like a little package, and they was frozen with the shell on. And you can definitely take the shells off that shrimp and make you a shrimp stock out those shells. I started to do it, but I was like, I ain't gonna have nothing to use no shrimp stock with. So I didn't take, use the shrimp shells for the stock. But you could have definitely used those shrimp shells in some water and probably some onions and some celery and carrots, and made you a simple shrimp stock with those shells, and it probably would have turned out amazing. So next time you do shrimp, save your tails, or you can probably get the whole shrimp with the head on, because if you get them, that'll probably be a whole lot more flavor for your stock. So get the shrimp, save your shells, and put your little onion and your celery, carrots, green onion, and all that good gist up in there, and make your little no, you don't blend them. You don't blend it. You just get that flavor and you strain it. You strain it just like you would do like a chicken stock. You take the bones of the chicken and you cook it down. You boil them with those different vegetables and stuff, and you drain it all off, strain it off, put it in a container, and there you go. You have your chicken stock or your beef stock, whichever one you choosing to use, and there you go. You got your flavor. Now I'm going to add in my stewed tomatoes. I'm adding those in at this point with that chicken. I think the last thing I'll add in will be my okra, my shrimp. It's going to be the last thing that I'll add. But no, you don't blend it at all. Now, if you wanted to, you could, like your celery and your vegetables and stuff like that. But yep, a good little trick to use to get the most flavor out of all of your remnants and stuff like that. I am using beef sausage for the first time, and I'm going to add those in, and then I'll add in my okra. Now this is my first time cooking okra unattended, and when I mean unattended, that's minus everybody that's normally in the kitchen, not here. So y'all bear with me. You seeing it for the first time live, just like y'all watched that cake for the first time live. But yeah, that cake was a hit. I took it to my uncle, took him a slice, and it was approved. So yeah, that was it on the cake. Came out pretty good. I wish they would have had a simpler way of opening it. I do have some cornbread muffins in the oven. I wasn't going to do any, but I had a little box, and I don't even like Jiffy cornbread like talking about, but I had a box, so I used them. Used that one little box. It only yielded about three muffins with the muffin pan that I have, but that's what I use. Now I've added in my sausage, and I'm gonna cover and let that get to cooking real good. I haven't added any seasonings but Tony's to my chicken thus far, because there's sodium in the tomato sauce, Hunt's, and there's some sodium in there, and I don't want to over salt what I'm cooking, so I'm not gonna add any seasoning other than I put some pepper in there for sure, but I'm not gonna add any salt until after I add my sauces. Chris, have you done your first okra in a dish with okra yet? Cause this is my second time. My first time I was attended by I wasn't alone in the kitchen, but this is my second time actually really cooking okra like that. And I was gonna put bell peppers, but Ellen just told me to use onion in there. She said don't worry about using it. She never used bell peppers in there, so all I had as a veggie for flavor was onions, which to me is okay because I love onions. But I usually like to start every one of my pots, whether it's stewing or sauteing, I like to start them all off with onions and bell peppers. Always with onions and bell peppers, because I just love that flavor profile that it gives in the dish that I'm cooking with. I might not even need both of those, but I'm going to go ahead and add my tomato sauce. Add it in layers, like I normally do. Okay. And now I don't think I'm going to need both of them. I bought two just in case. Hey, Mr. Huey. Now my little gravy that's going with that looking pretty good thus far. I have my my beef sausage and my chicken in there and onions. So like I said, I haven't added any salt. Only thing I seasoned my chicken with was Tony's. I haven't added anything else but some black pepper. And then I'll give it a taste in just a moment to see what other seasonings I'm going to need. I'm gonna put my fire on medium, and I'm going to add in my. It says on the bag it takes 3 to 5 minutes or until they are tender. So that's what I'm going to add once I think my chicken is just about done. I'm gonna let that cook a little bit. I'm gonna give me a little taste right quick. Hey Tamika. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in and watching. As of now, I don't need to add no salt to it because right now it has a very good flavor. It's enough salt in there, so I don't think I need to add any salt. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and add in my okra. Oh. Give a little toss here. Of course, that's supposed to slow down. Thank you, ma'am. That's about to slow down my cooking process because they were frozen. So that's going to slow it down a whole lot. So now I can add some more water to my pot. And that's just going to be just to cook the okra. Got to use my jug water. Can't use negative water. Got to use that high quality H2O. So now that I have my okra in there, and my heat is on a little before medium, like right between medium and 4, and that's why I love a gas range. You can control your heat. You can adjust it up and down, and it'll shake back quick. Tamika, y'all got my plate coming with the greens and cornbread and the one wing and some mac and cheese. I was just wondering if y'all had remembered me and airmailed my plate to me. That good home cooked meal looks delicious. So it says 3 to 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna put it on that and then check it once once I think they're good and tender. Hey Monty. Hello beautiful. I think my cornbread muffins are ready. The little 3 that I do have that I'm probably not even gonna eat, they are ready. And hey trees, thank y'all for tuning in. But yeah, I am doing today stewed okra and tomatoes with chicken, beef sausage, and shrimp. And it's just about got everything in but my shrimp. That will go in at the last minute because you don't want to overcook shrimp. It ain't a good time if you overcook a shrimp. But I have onions as my hey George. There's my George. I have onions in there. I didn't put bell peppers this time because y'all know that's usually my go-to duo is onions and bell peppers. But this time I only used the onions. So that's where we at with that. You want to be sure not to stir your pot too much, just to let it cook. You don't want to aggravate the okra and have a lot of slime everywhere. But it said 3 to 5 minutes, so I'm going to set my timer to, let's say 6 minutes, just to get a good, on it, a good judgment. But this is what it's looking like so far. You see my chicken and my sausage, and I'm going to let that come to a boil. Taste again for seasoning. And then I'll add in my shrimp. at the tail end, because it don't take shrimp long to cook. And I'm gonna serve that over rice, and with these cornbread muffins that I'm probably gonna send elsewhere. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and always being of support. It means the world to me, because this is what I've always wanted to do. And I'm thankful that a couple of folks encouraged me to start sharing my cooking experiences with everybody. Like I said, it's a pleasure, and it's also a joy to do. I didn't never see myself doing something like this, but here I am. And I do have some stuff. I'm still working at Trail Boss. Waiting to go. Waiting until we get fully back open. It's going to be probably in a little after May. I'm not sure. A little after May. But we're going to keep everybody updated on the Trail Boss Facebook page concerning our definite opening date. So y'all please keep us in mind. We have a lot of people that's calling. They fiending for their Trail Boss, and especially their ranch dressing. That's what they after, the salads and the steaks. And you know, we have our cactus chicken too, but I have a lot of people calling for salads and steaks and stuff like that. Like, when y'all gonna open? I want me a good salad. I'm like, I want me a good salad too. So I'm waiting. But it's I have some more recipes down the pipeline, y'all. I got a chicken breast that I'm gonna stuff with the squash dressing that's coming up. I'm gonna do a live with that. I'm gonna do a beef stew, my version, how I like my beef stew. And I wanted to do a stuffed pork chop, but I'm gonna have to call some folks over because I don't really eat pork like that. So that dish will probably go out the door, and I'm gonna bless a family with it or something like that. But that's one of the things I want to do. And I'm probably going to do some more baking, since I seen that my first scratch cake came out amazing. I'm gonna do some more baking. So if there's any dishes that y'all want to see me prepare, just hit a sister up. Oh, I'm gonna do some chicken enchiladas. I'm gonna try to do some chicken enchiladas, and do that. I love enchiladas, but I've never, ever, Chris, you bold, because I've never tried to do Spanish dish from home. I've never tried to do a Mexican dish from home. Only thing I've tried to do was make a sushi roll and shrimp fried rice. I have never did Mexican or a Spanish dish, so I'm going to start broadening my horizons, and I'm going to do a dish from some different countries. So, Chris, that's me challenging you too. Let's get on it, because you know, a lot of us don't know about dishes from other countries. You know, there's a lot of African dishes that we could try. I want to do a paella, which is like a seafood paella. I mean, it's just rice and a bunch of different shellfish. I want to try that. But of course, my version of it is probably going to be a Cajun paella. But that's what I want to do. I want to try to, you know, incorporate some different dishes into these lives. And, you know, if y'all need the recipe, y'all can holler at us and we'll give y'all the recipe. But let's do that. I'm gonna be interested in see what you come up with and what we can share with everybody. The different dishes from different countries and stuff like that. I feel like that'll be amazing to try. What else I said I wanted to try? Oh, my servers love my gumbo, so that'll be something I'll do too. I love you too, Georgie, and I miss you. Tell all my babies I said hello. Get J-Dub a kiss for me. Tell cousin Jay I say hello. Can't wait to see you again, George. But yeah, we need to get on that. I'm gonna start doing some research on some different recipes and see what I can find at my nearby grocery store. Cause you know we don't have a lot of we don't have a specialty store here in Natchitoches, which I think would be a great investment. Cause it's a lot of seasonings we missing out on from other countries. Hey Lisa, how you doing, cousin Lisa? So yeah, we need to jump on different dishes from other countries. I'm game for that for sure. But other than that, y'all, that's what I'm doing this evening. I am doing some stewed okra, tomatoes, chicken, beef sausage, and shrimp. I'm gonna add the shrimp in at the last minute. Looking good thus far. My 6 minutes went off, but I know my okra is probably not as tender as I would like it to be. I will give it a taste in just a second, and then I'll go ahead. I want it to come to a boil first. But yeah, that's where we're at. I got my rice going, and I'm not an avid rice cooker. Everybody's gonna learn that. Not an avid rice cooker, so I do what I can when I can and how I can. Yeah, if there are any dishes that y'all would like me to try that's a favorite of yours, hit me up and I'll go live cooking it. Especially if it's something you have a taste for and you've never done it before, but you wanted somebody else to try it first. I'm the girl. I'll try it first. I'm telling you. I haven't made a dressing live yet, because I have made my first dressing and it passed the kitchen critics. So if it passed the kitchen critics, then you know it's on point. Because I always got to have their opinion about how stuff tastes. So that's what it is. What are they? I don't want to talk about politics, but y'all just know I'm frustrated. With what I saw on television yesterday, I am frustrated. And it's like the audacity. But that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want my live to be to gear off on stuff about politics or anything like that or what's going on. I just hope everybody's staying safe, staying protected when you're going out and all that kind of stuff. Please, wear your mask. We shouldn't have to tell folks to wash their hands and keep their hands clean, but look like that's where we at in the great United States of America. So y'all just please make sure y'all doing that for me. Hey Kylie. They still have a little crunch to them, so I'm going to give them about 5 more minutes, and then I think they'll be good to go. What's going on, Miss Kylie? Hey Kylie, I'm gonna salt my rice right quick. Y'all give me a few seconds. Give it a whirl. Hello, Miss Atilia. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Cover that up. I don't want to stir it too much, but I don't want my stuff to stick at the bottom either. I don't know who that is calling from San Diego, California. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my shrimp in. Ooh. I was just mentioning, for those of you who are just joining, I was just mentioning how every live I wanted to do a different dish. And I wanted to start doing dishes from other countries. So if y'all have a dish that y'all have tried in another region or another country and you love it, inbox it to me so I can be trying to get the recipes to it, because I want to start introducing people to different cuisine, basically. If I have the ingredients for it here in the great little city of Natchitoches, I will try and make it. So y'all please let me know if there's something that y'all would like for me to do. Hey, Cousin Tara. I have stewed okra and tomatoes I'm cooking with chicken, beef sausage, and shrimp. That's what I'm preparing today. It's a big pot of it too. A huge pot. And the last thing I've added is my shrimp. Because it don't take shrimp long to cook at all. When I just peeked in, just a taste for my flavor profiles, they're already to the point to where they're done. I know, right? That sizzle, girl. It's smelling good too. I didn't add any salt into the dish yet because there's so much sodium in the tomato sauce itself, and I didn't want to over salt the dish. So I'm gonna wait and salt as needed once everything is done cooking, and go from there. I did season my chicken with Tony's once it was in the pot, and I did sprinkle in some black pepper. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Miss Denise. So I did do that. That's the only seasonings I have in there thus far. And onion. All of my pots started off with onion and bell pepper at first. But for this dish, I just used onions. Because that's what I was instructed to do. But so far so good. Is what it's looking like. Thank y'all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Each and every time I go live. Y'all have any questions about what I'm preparing? I ain't gonna tell no tale. I did research how to how to properly prepare okra without it being slimy. But I do remember my aunt saying that, you know, stirring it less will help out a great deal too. So you don't want to stir it too much because it brings out the slime and all that type of stuff. And then some suggest that you bring it to room temperature. And then another suggestion was that you cut it kind of big or whatever. But we're used to having it cut this way for our stewed okra purposes. So it is what we do. That's the ones we use. It smells good. It really does smell amazing. And see how the shrimp, it didn't take long for the shrimp to get to cook. That's why you don't want to put them in too quick, because if you do put it in too soon, like if I would have put my shrimp in with my chicken, it would have been rubbery and it wouldn't have been a good it wouldn't have been good, just to say that much. And then so my chicken I have here, it done picked up all the flavor from the tomato sauce. And my sausage, some beef sausage that I have right here. So yeah, everything is going good thus far. I'm going to taste another piece of okra because it's been cooking for like, I think 10 minutes now. But I don't want to overcook them. They say until they're tender, to your desired tenderness. Now, your tenderness might not be my tenderness. So that's why it's up to you, the cook, to always taste and perfect whatever you are cooking. Cooking is just like trial and error. So that's what it is. But it's looking really good thus far, y'all. I ain't gonna front. It's looking real good. And it smells like what I'm used to smelling. If some people like to go by smell, because like it smells like my grandma cooking it or my aunt is cooking it or something like that. That's what it smells like to me. So that's another dish to check off the list. It does need a little salt, so I'm going to add a little bit. And that's not even a whole pinch. That might be a little under a pinch. Because if you put too much, you ain't gonna be able to get rid of it. So you might as well, sprinkle a little bit at a time and then add as you need. Because you don't want to overwhelm your dish with salt or pepper. Because a lot of people can't take that heat. And then it's hard to get pepper out of your dish that you're cooking too. For me, it could use a little bit more salt, but I'm not going to add any right now. I'm going to wait Wait. But yeah, I got my okra from Brookshire. And I think they're done. They're not crunchy anymore. My shrimp is done. And my chicken, it's done. So that's it. That is your stewed okra and tomatoes with shrimp, beef sausage, and chicken. There we go. Thank y'all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I will post a picture of the finished dish once I get it plated. Once my rice get through cooking, first of all. But I will post a finished, I will post a picture of the final plating of it and show y'all what it looks like on the plate. And I hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, if you want the recipe, hit me up in my DM. If you want to suggest something for me to make, send me what it is, and I'll do my research and I'll get it. You know, try to find all the ingredients for it and I'll make it. Simple as that. Y'all dining in with Natalie. So send me your dishes that you would like for me to prepare, and I'll try my best to find everything I need for the recipe and prepare it. And then let you know how it come out. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed Friday. Thank everybody for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Please don't forget to go and subscribe to my YouTube page. The link is found on my Facebook page. So please go and subscribe. I will be posting this video to my YouTube page as well. And it was a pleasure cooking for y'all tonight. Thank y'all. Have a blessed evening.